We've been on the planet for a long time now. Born in 1963. I'm going to do some poetry. This is one about the circus. I've got a sideshow in my head. They're all freaks in a circus tent. I see a wild geek in a tent. Johnny X in a suit. There's a pinhead in a frock. A fat lady eating fairy floss. A giant in a caravan. An alligator eating sand. I've got a sideshow, but it's in my head. They're all freaks in the circus tent. I see a drunk ape doing the trapeze, and a jar full of circus fleas. A tattooed man eating bees. A bearded lady singing on her knees. Fat spookers handing out all the checks. I've got a sideshow, but it's in my head. Yeah. Okay, this is one about looking at television, nothing to do, drinking beer. It's called Test Pattern. Big fat stripes stare at me like a test pattern. My glass is empty as I burp at the TV. The sound particles stare at me blindly. The waves of feedback annoy my hearing now. Sinking into the couch, my fat gets comfortable. I blink in between flashes and breathe in gasps. My cracked lips dry upon. No more beer now left. The hypnotizing test pattern now spins me out. Sound really grabs my mind, white washes it out. Tongue tries to lick but can't. Stomach rumbles. Bubbles race towards and go up my esophagus. My vocal cords vibrate in a low growling tone. Going up the scale, my face turns red and purple. Eyes pop out blue. Eyebrows up high. Mouth open. Teeth exposed. I then project the beer across the test pattern. White, green, red sparks flash crazy like a TV. Drip in an eternal mess in front of me. Now the test pattern has affected me. Okay, this one's about radiation. It's called Meltdown. It's not unusual these days. We don't want it to happen. We're looking for nothing. But nothing ever matters now. It's too late as the cook is cooking. He lives in a tiny molehole. Yeah, he's a rat, and he mixes up the fat. It's green inside with lots of yellow bubbles. Now he's serving an all-new chemical disaster. Factory explodes like a big fat toad. Meltdown. Meltdown. We're all screaming as we're not living. And all the animals, well, they're leaving. We'll take a trip to the moon real soon. A cooked rat eats yellow fat. Bubble and trouble as the toad swims home. The sea is hot, full of radioactive snot. Factory explodes like a big fat toad. It's a meltdown. Okay, I'm just going to pick one of these poems out. This is a book. It's recycled paper that I made, and I've got a few of them here. This one's about an Indian, or all the Indians in America. Poor old Indian Joe traded his arrow and bow for some tobacco. Poor old Indian Joe traded his skins for a few safety pins. Poor old Indian Joe traded his totem pole for just a salad roll. Poor old Indian Joe traded his teepee for a bottle of whiskey. Well, he's staying on your reservation for a full-time vacation. He sold his horse to you, of course. He scalped your wife, so you better run for your life. Rock that Indian, rock that Indian. Poor old Indian Joe, he's got nowhere to go. You stole his soul with a photo. Now he's wearing a cowboy hat, watches TV, now he's fat. His credit card's in the red, stole your gun, now you're dead. Now you're gonna rock that Indian, you're gonna rock that Indian. This is one about drinking. Everybody drinks, right? You drink to forget. Well, this will be my last drink. This will be my last I'll have today. But cheers, anyway. My drunkenness has caused quite a blur. My unfaithfulness, quite a stir. Talk and walk the wrong way. On the street I go from bar to bar, fall over and look at the stars. This will be my last drink, this will be my last I'll have today. But cheers, anyway. My rent's not paid, I don't have a maid. Like a mangy dog that slept on a log. My face is all bloated, I look like a frog. Hide the whiskey, hide the grog down a well. I'm going straight to hell. My breath is toxic, like a nuclear rocket. Ties all crooked, suits all dirty. I'm kinda feeling flirty. There's a rat, he reminds me of me. There's a cockroach, he loves me. Gonna stop wasting my brain on that drink again. So this will be the last drink I'll have today. Thank you.